This is a video about my 2000 Toyota Tundra, the Limited. It's got the 4.7 V8 engine in it, and I had some problems with the throttle last week, a couple weeks ago, and I had to go in and replace some things, and I'll tell you a little bit about the process. I took it into the dealer because they had a couple warranty issues with the frame rust and the rear wiring harness. And while I was there, or going there, the throttle started sticking. It would go about 80% with no throttle at all, and then it would click and start driving. So the sensors went off saying that it was this throttle assembly, and so the dealer had quoted me $500 to replace that part. And so I researched online, found the part for $255, but it was going to take a few days. So I called all the dealerships around, and I found one that would give me 15% off. So they sold it to me for $289. So I took that off and replaced that, and that didn't fix the problem. It still set the same codes. The other thing that I tried was right down inside here. You can't see it because it's underneath, but there's a throttle position sensor that I replaced also, and it still threw the same codes. So the dealer said sometimes when those things go, it also throws the throttle body, so you have to replace the whole throttle body. They quoted me about $1,500 to replace this throttle body, and it consists of 4 bolts and a few vacuum hoses. So I went on eBay and I found a guy that's selling the same part, but it's made for a Lexus, but it's the exact same part number, and they're interchangeable. So I ordered that, and it got here in about 3 days, and I had this at the dealer the whole time. So what I ended up doing is you have to disassemble the air intake, which is just one screw there, and then a couple vacuum hoses that connect to it. And you remove that whole section, and then you have to remove all these vacuum hoses. There's one here, one here. There's a main one that goes from here all the way down inside, so you just have to disconnect that there, and a couple just accessory bolts. There's one that's a 10mm and another 10mm bolt right there that had to be removed. And then it's just four 12mm bolts, 2 on top and 1 down there and 1 down there. And so it's 4 bolts, and I popped that off. There's a gasket in the middle that I cleaned up really well, and I was able to slide the new one right on, hook up your vacuum hoses, your oil hoses, put back on your 2 parts that hold that little cover, and then hook on this wire right here. It's really easy to the throttle assembly. And after I plugged it all on, put my air intake back on, I turned it on, and it ran perfect.